Hello Gundam fans and Gundam builders, this is Connor here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my 1/100 scale Master Grade Destiny Gundam Extreme Blast Mode. This is my second Destiny that I have gotten. My first one was all broken and everything, so that was the regular Destiny Gundam, and I really wanted to get another Destiny, so I decided to get the Extreme Blast Mode version that comes with the Wings of Light and all the effect parts, and the figurines of Kira and Shin. But I will show all that off soon. I made some mistakes building this guy and painting him and finally putting him together and everything, and I will show you that at the end of the articulation here. But for now, we'll just go ahead and go over the articulation for this guy. Standard head movement. The head can rotate 360. Pretty well, but I'm trying not to screw it all that much, so. It could go 360, but I'm afraid that it'll break if you push your luck. It can move forwards and backwards. The chicken thing. It can move forward and backwards. I'm not going to say chicken thing anymore. And it can move up and down. The shoulders here, they can move about that far up, which is pretty nice. And the arm can bend about yay far, which is not that far. So, but oh well. The arm can bend all the way up to about there, which is pretty nice. And the hand can rotate 360 if you want it, and it can also bend if you want it to. Like, you can see how it's bending, which is kind of cool. And for the manipulators, you have the 3 conjoined fingers, 1 trigger finger, and a free thumb. It comes with other sets of manipulators, like the open hand for the Palm Fiokina, the ones that you can attach the boomerang effect part onto and everything, and the one peg that the one manipulator that you can use to hold the sword in. For the waist, here's where mistake number 1 happened. When I was building this guy, I accidentally broke the midsection here. And so I can no longer move it side to side or forward and back with this little switch right here. If yours isn't broken, you can flip this switch here and you can be able to move the Destiny forwards and backwards. But mine can't because it's broken. I had to super glue it. So yeah. And here you can see some pipes there. I think I'm going to go back in there and redo it. I'm going to tell you why I didn't really go all out like I did with my Strike Gundam here, because this took way too much time out of my hands, and I'll show you what I mean when I'm done with the articulation. For the side skirts here, you can move them about yay far forward, yay far backward, yay far forward. They can go about that far, and like I said, if your Destiny isn't broken, well, you get the idea. The back skirts here are individual, so you can move them separately if you wanted to. Nice decals there. The front skirts, same thing. They're individual. You can move them about that far. They will pop off at times, but you just got to be careful. For the legs here, this does have break open armor here at the thigh. So as you move the leg, you can see the armor shifting and some mechanisms moving, which is pretty neat. And you can get a bend about that far. Also, the knee will have break open armor, so you can see that moving too, which is pretty cool. And it'll go about that far forward. If you push your luck with the front skirt, it might pop off. And it can go about that far backward if you push your luck with the back skirt popping off. Okay. And for the ankle guards, they can move up and down. That's pretty much all it can do. And the feet here can bend up and down, and they have a fair good range of motion. For this one gimmick, I guess it's helpful for getting poses and everything. It has a little switch, like right here in the groin area. If you flip that switch, it'll cause the legs to spread further out so you can get more dynamic poses, I guess. I like it because it'll help me spread the legs out further and everything, because this kit is pretty banged up from for the project that I was trying to do. So for paints, this kit is totally painted except for the blue and the gray little triangle things that go in the vent. So the gray, the rest of the body here, except for the knees, that's gunmetal, to me a gunmetal. I decided to have a little bit of a color separation because the extreme blast mode version comes chrome. I did not like the way that it came out, how it looks right out of the box chrome, except for the feet. That's right out of the box chrome for the feet. Everything else is painted chrome. The rest of it just, like here, I'll show you. Like you see that gray right there? That's supposed to be chrome, but it's not. So it's kind of like yucky. It's puke chrome, kind of like Robert 184 kind of calls it. 2Rs, 2Bs. You can go check him out. He's really awesome. He's the one that got me into Gundams, and he's the one that inspired me to actually start doing this. Thank you, Rob. And yeah, so I decided to repaint it. The gray here and the gray for like the main armor is to me a sky blue. No, not sky blue, sky gray. Now the blue was pretty tricky. It's a enamel paint. It's Ford engine blue, I think, by testers, and the red is to me a red, of course, and everything. And yeah, the eyes and the camera are painted, as you can see. I painted those. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about of what I did wrong with this kit. Okay, so my original plan was to put an LED inside the head of this guy. I wanted him to be really special. And I finally accomplished that mission. I finally did it. I tested the LED over and over, and it worked and everything. And what I was going to do was I was going to attach a switch to it, and I was going to put that switch on the base. That way I can turn it on and off whenever I wanted. But what I originally wanted to do was to put the battery internally. And if you could see that hole right there, that is from me drilling and everything, trying to drill it and put the battery internally, but I couldn't do it because the chest is too small. And I had everything working. I had the light would shine through and everything, and it was really good. And I had everything sealed up. I had the wires coming out of the back here, coming from here actually, and drooping down, and I moved them so that way the backpack wouldn't crush them, and everything was good. And then finally one day when I decided to finally test it and then put the battery in, it stopped working. So I don't know what the heck happened. It just decided not to work. Oh, and one more thing, the vents, the engines here can move in and out. Anyway, so it decided not to work anymore, and it took way too much time out of my hands. This took me 4 months to build, which is a really long time. With painting and priming and everything, and plus my work with the LED. It just took way too much time out of my hands, and I wanted to get it done. That's why I decided not to detail all of it. And in fact, a huge mistake that I made was back here. You could see that ugly mess back there. I drilled out the plastic that was covering that, so that way when the LED would shine, it would also shine the back camera. But for Destiny's, it doesn't have like clear plastic. It just has gray plastic, and I drilled that out and had the light shine through. But since the light broke, I had to fill it up with putty, paint that chrome, and then throw clear green on there just to cover it up a little bit. It just looks really, really nasty. But that's what happened. And since I screwed it up, I just didn't really want to do it again. And one more form of articulation. Well, it could be an accessory for all I know. Well, that's not it, but oh well, just for the sake of this video, I came prepared. And yeah, you can see a little tiny Shin Asuka sitting in the cockpit. I painted him red because of their uniforms, but yeah. Here, actually, I think I could show you the mess that I made. Yeah, you see it? Right there, how it's all puttied and everything. It just looks disgusting. But yeah, it's not going to be shown, so I really don't care. Actually, this light isn't that bad. I like it a lot since you can see all the details and everything. But I'll go over that in the next part just for the sake of the video. I try to keep it under 10 minutes. So stick around for part 2 with the accessories and everything. Thank you guys for watching.